We are virtual, oh so virtual. Woof, woof, woof. Virtual Poptoberfest is on. I am Terry Carr with my good friend, my longtime good friend, Roger Kaiser from 11th Hour Rescue. Raj, give us your official title at EHR.
Well, volunteer works for everybody. I'm also the treasurer and on the board of directors as well.
Yeah, you wear a lot of hats at 11th Hour Rescue and passionately wear the hats. You've been a foster, you've been an adopter. So you're a guy who not only, talks the talk, but you walk the walk, and you've had so many great dogs in your home.
Yeah, true. With rescue, once you get involved, boy, they just suck you right in. You can never get out. You just keep on going.
So our day is a little different. Usually I zoom up to Horseshoe Lake and I zoom out of my car and we are off. And I'm lucky if I even get to see during the day because you're zipping around on a golf cart all day long.
Right.
But of course, we wanted to do it virtually for people this year and have people get involved. Talk to me and everybody who's watching us today about the mission for 11th Hour Rescue and why you just felt it was so incredibly important to not miss a Puptoberfest in 2020, Raj.
Well, great. Thanks a lot, Terry. And again, first of all, thank you very much for you personally, Terry Carr, WDHA, the entire staff. You guys are so wonderful, so generous. So thank you very much for being part of this again this year. So appreciate that. Puptoberfest to us is, let me go back to the original meaning of it and how it started. So in rescue, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of suffering. There's great moments and then there's, not so great moments. So Poptoberfest started as an opportunity for the staff and volunteers to bring together all the dogs that got adopted that previous year and years before and get to see them and see how great they're transitioning into their homes and see how well they're doing and see how they fatten them up a little bit and doing so well. So it's in a way a payback day for the volunteers and staff to get that final reward on seeing how wonderful the dogs are doing. And, we really appreciate it. We've, of course, opened it up to the public many years ago, and it becomes a day full of everything dog and cat. But it's still a great opportunity for all of our adopters to bring their pets back and share with us their success stories. And we get to see how wonderful they're doing. It's a beautiful day.
What I love is I get to see former Rock and Ruffers, dogs that have been on the Rock and Ruff program. I get to see a lot of WDHA listeners, people I know who have adopted from 11th Hour Rescue. But we also want people to know it is a big fundraiser for the rescue because rescues need to do their fundraisers. It would be very nice if you had this big, the money comes from above, comes from the heavens, and it just pours down and you can have whatever you want, whenever you want it. So to see how Poptoberfest has grown, the first couple of years when you guys did it, maybe 50, couple of hundred people. Now, we've had years where we have had well over 5,000 people coming out to support animal rescue. And it's a big day to get dogs adopted and into forever homes. You guys had the big adoption alley and, dogs would leave and then more would come in. So it's a big fundraiser for you guys. And we don't want that to get lost on people today that are tuning in.
That's true. And it is our biggest event of the year. It's our biggest event in its scope, the volunteer participation, and it's our biggest event every year in terms of fundraising. So we certainly lost a big opportunity in that respect. We're still looking to take donations to help us out. Again, our website is ehrdogs.org. We have a nice donate button right there. So any donations are appreciated. We're missing out on a lot of that opportunity for fundraising this year, but we're hoping the general public will make up for it. And although we're not doing any specific adoptions during this broadcast event, we certainly want to get people interested in following up, and everything is always on our website. Our application process is well explained. All of our dogs and cats are profiled on the website as well. We're very good at putting new animals on as they come in and taking them off as they get adopted. So it's very up to date. And again, all the application information is right there online as well. And going back to fundraising, our adoption fee, we have an adoption fee. Our adoption fee only covers a portion of what it takes us to run the entire operation. The rest comes from our fundraising events and the donations that we seek. So although we're missing this huge fundraising event this year, we're still looking to take in donations. So, I'm going to throw it out again, our website, ehrdogs.org, donate button. It would really help us out along the way. So appreciate that.
And Raj, you have some great sponsors. as we have had this year at WDHA. Tell us about some of your sponsors. I know that Picatinny has been so with you guys for so many years and so incredibly generous and such an important part of 11th Hour. So talk about some of the sponsors that you guys have on board this year.
Well, they have, Terry. And, Picatinny Federal Credit Union has been an important sponsor over many years. And this year, they really stepped up to the plate in our time of need, and they are our major corporate sponsor this year. They've donated a significant amount of money, as well as our T-shirts. If you can see the back of this one, I got Picatinny Federal Credit Union on there.
I have my shirt on too for Puptoberfest. And I will tell you, are you guys selling these? You should sell these.
Yeah, we're ultimately going to do some online sales after the
They're
fact.
so comfy and lightweight and easy to wear. Just great shirts.
So Picatinny Federal Credit Union, been a partner of ours all along. They do fundraisers on their own. We're hoping to profile some of their activities during this session as well. They're hoping to give us a little view of their employees and how much dedication they've been putting towards our event as well. So really appreciate everything Picatinny Federal Credit Union has done for us along the way, and we look forward to their continued support as time goes by.
Yay. Now, I have listeners every year that come out to Puptoberfest that just love it. I've often called it, my social event of the year. It's the dog prom. It's, so we had a very special listener who joins us at Puptoberfest. Joe D. He's a big fan of 11th Hour Rescue. He loves to come out and he loves to play his kazoo. Now, he is going to be Zooming in with us. I think I've got him somewhere. Let me see if I can find him. And we'll get him into the meeting. There he is. There's Joe D. Joe D.
Hey,
Joe
Joe.
D. Hi, Joe.
Good,
Happy virtual Puptoberfest Day, Joe.
You got that right.
Oh, so you are wearing now, is that your dog on your shirt?
Well, it's not actually Kelly, but it sure does look like Miss Rocktober 2017, doesn't it?
Yes, she was crowned at Puptoberfest to be in the calendar. So, Joe, tell me, you've been to Puptoberfest in the past. Tell me a little bit about the fun you've had and what the event means to you as a WDHA listener who can get together with the rock community, the rescue community, and just have a really, really great day to support an awesome cause.
Well, Poptoberfest was a fun event. My wonderful wife, Denise, our rescue dog, Dachshund Kelly, and I have attended. We had a lot of fun. We made many new friends, WDHA listeners. We got to visit with all of you staff at WDHA, and we all hope that many of our four-legged friends get adopted at Poptoberfest.
Yeah, because that's always a goal for the day. Now, Joe, a lot of people know you as somebody who is shall I say, the master of the kazoo. I have never seen a reinvention of a small instrument the way that I have seen you reinvent the kazoo. And every year you give us a little kazoo, a little kazooby. So would you, Roger and I had thought, Joe's going to come in. He's going to talk a little bit from a listener perspective about what Puptoberfest means. Would you like to do a little kazoo action for us, Jody?
I would be honored.
We would be honored to have you to officially kick off virtual Puptoberfest. Shall we do it?
Yes. Do you want me to play the Star Spangled Banner?
I think that would be patriotic for the pups. I'd love it.
Awesome.
And the crowd goes wild.
Virtual Poptoberfest is on. Let's raise some
Rock
funds.
on!
Let's have a great day. Got a couple of performances coming up today. Tyler from Theory of a Dead Man and Danny from Asking Alexandria and more. Let's do this, guys. Thank you so much, Jody.
Thank you for having me. You know I love you. Roger, thank you for accepting my friend request. The 11th Hour Rescue rocks.
11th Hour Rescue's founder and former president, Linda Schiller, was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. This is a devastating blow to Linda, her family, friends, and the entire 11th Hour Rescue organization. Even through her daily struggles, the welfare of 11th Hour Rescue remains her primary concern. It is her creation, her vocation, and her life's work. But now, the future of 11th Hour Rescue is also at risk. After a decade-long residence at our Route 10 kennel in Randolph, the property has officially been sold and our lease expires in January 2021. 11th Hour Rescue is losing its home. Our term dogs are too.
I'm hoping that we will have a permanent home for 11th Hour, a kennel where our animals get the best of care and have the best of food, the best attention, and it'll just enable us to save a lot more lives. And it's the natural progression for us. When we started, I was a rescue of one, then we got fosters, and then we rented space, and then we rented a kennel. So the logical progression for us is now to finally have a permanent home. I mean, this work that we do, like I started it, but all of us as volunteers do, is too important. It's more than one person. These animals rely on us, and it needs to continue whether I'm here or not. I just hope I'm here to see that final stage. We stick behind our animals no matter what, and there's no guarantee when you pull a dog from the shelter if they have any underlying conditions. There's no guarantee you're going to get a 100% healthy dog or cat. And it's whatever they need. If they need surgery, we'll raise the money. If they need heartworm treatment, we take care of it. If they come down with the parvovirus, we fight for them. If they have the fight left in them, we're going to support them. And I'm proud of us that we don't turn our back on them. We never do, we never have, we never will. And that's one of our principles, our foundation of who we are. I have to say, this was difficult for me to be here today. Nobody wants to be seen as sick or weak. You know, I've always been a strong figure, so shedding my facade and showing who I am right at this moment has been difficult. But I want the volunteers to know that no matter what I'm going through personally, the one thing that I know from the bottom of my heart that is my truth is that 11th Hour is the most important thing to me right now. And I am so thankful for their support and their passion and compassion in helping me make my dream a reality. And again, this is bigger than just me. I started this, but I need them to finish it. This work needs to continue whether I'm here or not. And the only reason I agreed to be on camera today and let people see me not strong as I normally am is because it's that important.
The future of 11th Hour Rescue is at risk. After a decade-long residence at our Route 10 kennel in Randolph, the property has officially been sold and our lease expires in January 2021. 11th Hour Rescue is losing its home. Our term dogs are too.
This is Bear Adams. He is 9 years old. He's been here on and off for about 7 years now. Bear's been adopted 3 times. and he actually came a long way. No one used to be able to even touch him. He had, Bear Bear, come, sit. He had one friend and that was it. And then it became 2 friends, 3 friends, and now he, as you can see, is a big love bug. Everyone was scared of him, and now everybody loves him. Bear is definitely ready for his forever home, and although this is his home right now, he would absolutely thrive in a house. Come here. But until he finds that, this is going to be his home.
Hey, it's 11th Hour Rescue's virtual Puptoberfest. Of course, WDHA helping out, and really, really happy to be here. The only time I take my mask down is when I get a little puppy breath in my face. This is Dirk. I was very honored when they asked me to give Dirk his name. I named him Dirk Diggler. What? He digs! And I'm a Boogie Nights fan. Dirk is from Texas, and Dirk's story is just, I mean, like so many dogs that come from the South, Dirk probably would not have had a great fate, and now thankfully is a New Jersey guy and living with a mama dog who is actually not really Dirk's biological mama, but she's a lactating mama. This is the kind of work 11th Hour Rescue does. They get these amazing pups that are, you know, destined to be adopted by a great family and give them a second chance at life. This little guy, I mean, if I hold him for 2 more seconds, he's coming home with me. He's got a sister, so let me see if I can find his sister. Roger. This is his sister, Amber. Very Boogie Nights theme for these puppies. There's Amber, this is Dirk, and of course support 11th Hour Rescue, ehrdogs.org to make a donation so we can keep this great work coming and these dogs and puppies getting awesome forever homes. And thank you so much. I'm taking Dirk. Bye, see ya later.
Hey, it's Tyler here from Theory. Thank you so much for supporting 11th Hour Rescue's virtual Poptoberfest and Animal Rescue. I decided to stop by and play a little song for you guys. This one here is called History of Violence from our new record, Say Nothing. Hope you enjoy it. The city's on fire, the streets are a riot. Now look at this place, no one is safe from you. So beautiful, she knew it every single day. Got smiled at left and right around the way. Yeah, it makes her feel good, wonder why she stays so afraid of you. She need a sedative to get her straight. She knows she need a cigarette, she got the shakes. Put them sunglasses on her face. Such a waste on you. Well, tell me why you ashamed, too scared to run away. You love them anyway, surviving just on the pain. The city's on fire, the streets are a riot. Now look at this place, no one is safe from you. Oh, look what you started, it's a history of violence. Now look at your face, no one is safe from you. Maybe the way out is a 38, God gave her a sign, not a moment late. Tonight she's gonna point it out his fucking face. Damn bang, he's blown away. Well, tell me why you ashamed, too scared to run away. You love him anyway, surviving just on the pain. Well, tell me where she went wrong. She has sadness in every song. She knows someday that she'll be gone. Until then, please stay strong. The city's on fire, the streets are a riot. Now look at this place, no one is safe from you. Oh, look what you started, it's a history of violence. Now look at your face, no one is safe from you. Still in shock from them last year, the neighbors said it. No one ever crossed their mind that I wasn't worth it. No regrets in what the judge calls a bad decision. Now Yeah, she's doing 20 years in a women's prison. Yeah, she never have a life where she feel alone. She never know what it's like not to feel alone. No kids that will love her unconditional. No cure for a sickness that's medicinal. She fly high in her cell, now she finally breathe. She fly high out of hell, now she finally free. Man, he fed her to the lions, that monster he promised her diamonds for science. It's the history of violence. The city's on fire, the streets are riot. Now look at this place, no one is safe, no one is safe from you. Oh, look what you started. It's a history of violence. Now look at your face. No one is safe. No one is safe from you. Now look at your face. No one is safe. No one is safe from you. Oh, look what you started. It's a history of violence. Now look at your face. No one is safe. No one is safe from you.
So Blanche is about 18 years old. Prior to coming to 11th Hour Rescue, she lived outside most of her life. She lived in a condo complex where a few of the residents took care of her. They fed her and took her to the vet to be spayed after she had kittens. And a few months ago, they reached out to 11th Hour to see if she could be taken in because they didn't want to see her living outside for another winter. And that's when Blanche came to me. When I first picked her up, she was nervous and shy. She would hiss at me and hide behind the toilet. But she really came around very quickly. She loves living inside and anything soft and snuggly. Blanche absolutely loves to be held, picked up, brushed, and just loved on. She also loves to lay next to me while I work, and sometimes joins in on my Zoom calls where she always steals the show. She wants all the snuggles. I think she's making up for all that time when she was alone outside. She really is the most affectionate cat I've ever met. Blanche is a great girl. She's happy and loving, and is even getting used to having a big dog foster brother who always wants to play with her. She really is just the best girl, spunky, sweet, and such a love.
Over the past 16 years, 11th Hour Rescue has saved over 40,000 at-risk dogs and cats because of the vision of one woman. A woman who has personally assured sick and dying pet owners that their babies would be safe in her loving hands because she understood the immeasurable value of that one final gift.
Mabel came to us from North Carolina at 10 years old. The reason why she has 3 legs now is because she had cancer, and the only way to save her was by removing the leg. She was surrendered by her owners because they felt they could not afford the care that she needed to take good care of her. When I first picked her up, she was kind of unsure, and she seemed a little depressed. So we had her for a few weeks, and we got a hospice foster in named Old Gal. And when we noticed once Old Gal was in the house that she started to come out of her shell. They played together, they nuzzled each other, and later we found out that her and Old Gal were buddies back in the original shelter that she was in. She's definitely the leader, and she loves being in a pack, which is why we call her Mama Mabel. She is pretty much the mom of the pack. Whenever she barks, it's for a reason, and I always have to go and figure out why she's barking. Usually another pup got themselves locked in a room, it's dinner time. She always lets us know that something's going on.
The future of 11th Hour Rescue is at risk. After a decade-long residence at our Route 10 kennel in Randolph, the property has officially been sold and our lease expires in January 2021. 11th Hour Rescue is losing its home. Our term dogs are too.
This is Petey. He is 6 years old, but Petey has been with us for 4 years. Petey is, we think, completely deaf. And the kennel is no place for a deaf dog to be, especially for 4 years. Petey is a complete love bug. Hello. Right in the mouth. Hello. Although he needs some time to get to know you, once he does know you, he is the best dog ever.
So it's virtual Puptoberfest, and we are meeting the dogs in our masks, which is so strange for me because normally I'm like down kissing every dog. I wouldn't be kissing you, Alex, but I would be down kissing every dog. This is Alex. She's such an important part of the wheel that makes 11th Hour Rescue role. She is the kennel manager. First of all, I can't imagine a better job. And
It
second of
honestly
all,
is a great job.
it's a great job. Alex, tell us a little bit about what your job entails every day. What are you responsible for doing for these dogs? It's a huge, huge responsibility.
So I'm pretty much in charge of the entire kennel. You know, I handle incoming dogs, make sure everything is like kept up, cleaned, dogs being taken care of, manage the staff, heavily involved in the vetting side. A lot. It's
Yeah.
really a lot.
It is a lot. 11th Hour Rescue has a lot of great dogs, and this lady is a busy lady. And I'm so excited that at Virtual Puptoberfest you were able to get out of the kennel for the day
Oh yeah.
and bring this dog. Is insane that this dog needs a home. How well behaved is Riley? Alex, tell us a little bit about this guy. First of all, he's stunning to look at. And we have other dogs here because it's Virtual Puptoberfest. And he's such a good boy.
He's really good and he loves other dogs.
He does?
He absolutely loves them. Like he's like our dog tester dog, so whenever we get a new dog in,
No
he'll test
way.
them.
Oh my God, he's just perfect. So we're thinking he might be like some sort of retriever. He looks like a dog you'd see in a movie. To me, he looks like a movie dog. You know, he really looks like a movie dog.
Definitely interesting looking. We're thinking like golden, like Irish setter type thing, part llama.
Yeah, right. He's got this little llama look, and he is just, I mean, this dog is pure gold. When people ask, what kind of dogs will I find in a shelter? Is something wrong with them? We always say dogs end up in a shelter environment of no fault of their own. 3 top reasons that a dog may end up in a shelter. People are moving, someone in the household dies and there's not a family member to take the dog. A new baby comes in. We hear that quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And these are things that you'd be like, oh, no, 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 because we could never imagine that because we're dog lovers. But that, unfortunately, is a circumstance that makes people surrender their dog to a shelter. So when you're getting a shelter dog, you're not getting a broken animal. You're getting an animal that's really just looking for a second chance. And Alex, you know that better than anyone.
oh yeah. All those stories are very, very common.
Yeah.
And the shelter life, although we do try our best to take care of them, make sure they're well fed and taken care of, it's no life for a dog. Especially when they're used to being in homes like Riley.
Oh, look at this guy. He is just wonderful. If you would like information on Riley or any of the 11th Hour dogs, you can reach out to 11th Hour Rescue at ehrdogs.org. Their site is incredible. And you will see so many different dogs. You can Google names, you can Google breeds, and you'll find all of the 11 rescue dogs. But this guy is 1 in a million. I am hoping he gets a home. I'm hoping I never see him again. And I only mean that for one reason, that he's in a forever home, and he is so great. And Alex, thank you so much, and thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
ehrdogs.org.
Riley is 6 years old, but he's been at the kennel for 4 years. This is now his home, and he's about to lose his home. Riley is still looking for his real forever home in a house, but he does have some special needs, but we feel very strongly that he can get into his next home.
Over the past 16 years, 11th Hour Rescue has saved over 40,000 at-risk dogs and cats because of the vision of one woman. A woman who has personally assured sick and dying pet owners that their babies would be safe in her loving hands because she understood the immeasurable value of that one final gift.
So Ringo is one of 60 dogs that was seized from a hoarding situation down in Texas. We believe it was a breeder. He was in a crate his whole life. He was stuck in a crate his whole life. He was very scared, very skittish, wouldn't let me touch him, wouldn't let me pet him, wouldn't let me pick him up. I could barely get a leash off of him. After a couple of days in my home, he has grown so much. He's a cuddle bug, likes to roll around on your lap and play. He loves to play with my dogs at home. Of all the dogs he picks, he chooses my old 80-year-old dog here.
Hi, my name is Tina, and I'm a volunteer and foster mom with the 11th Hour Cat Program. Today, I'm here to talk to you about this cute boy, Bandit. Bandit is a cat who was rescued from the streets of Paterson, New Jersey. He was trapped as part of a TNR initiative back in January. TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Return. TNR is the most effective and humane way to control the stray feral cat population. Cats are trapped, spayed or neutered, and then return back to the community where they came from, where they know how to survive, and where there are community volunteers to help care for these cats. After being trapped and neutered, his trapper discovered that he was kind of a friendly guy and reached out to rescues to maybe find him a home. 11th Hour stepped up and agreed to take him in. At first, Bandit was very scared and didn't know what was happening to him. Upon intake and inspection from one of our vet techs, we realized that he was in a lot of pain. Bandit had visible infected wounds all over his body, probably from fighting with other males outside where he was trapped. He had just been neutered and that was infected as well. He also had an infected tooth and his face was very swollen, so he was a little angry. We were unsure if he'd be suitable for adoption, but I knew I could work with him. First thing we did was to get him to a vet and to get him onto the path of healing. He had his rotten tooth removed and he got some antibiotics to help with his infections. At this time, he also tested positive for FIV. FIV is feline immune deficiency virus. It affects cats only and is transmitted by a very, very deep bite wound. It basically means that he has a suppressed immune system and can be more susceptible to infections, which explains why he was badly infected when he came in. Cats can live long, normal lives with FIV, often showing no symptoms at all. Bandit otherwise is very strong and healthy, and with the antibiotics that he got, he quickly healed, and then the true Bandit came out. Foster care is the best option for cats like this. He was very scared, and if he went into a shelter where he was living in a cage, he probably would have been worse. Having him in my home where I could spend a lot of time with him helped him to heal both emotionally and physically. He constantly wanted love, and soon he opened up completely. He knows what it is to be living the good life, and he loves belly rubs. All he wants is to hang out with his people and get love. Bandit would make a great companion cat. He loves to sit in your lap and get pets.
Hi there, I'm Mary Frantic, and I'm here with my husband Al Frantic. Perhaps you remember us. Our band played at a number of Puptoberfests in the past, and we would like to congratulate 11th Hour Rescue for their 16th annual Poptoberfest celebration. I also have here with us an alumnus of 11th Hour, Miss Sarah Frantic, and we'll learn more about her later. Al and I adopted her about 4 years ago, and she's just the best dog ever. This weekend, you can sign up to be a foster, you can adopt a dog, you can purchase raffle tickets, or make a donation. 11th Hour Rescue is a fantastic organization. They have amazing volunteers, and they rescue dogs that are all in their 11th hour. So it's very important for you to get involved and get a new friend in your life. And I'm going to introduce to you our musical entertainment right now, and that's Al Frantic.
All right, thanks, Mary. Thanks for that nice introduction. Like Mary was saying, we did we performed music and did some other duties for Puptoberfest every year for about 10 years, right? And that was just awesome. We really missed that. And when we moved to Delaware, where you're watching us from our little studio room here in Milton, Delaware, we didn't think we'd ever be participating, be a part of Poptoberfest again. But lo and behold, here we are, because it's a virtual event now. So I'm going to play a little music for you. Let's see here. All right, here we go.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can make that can't be named. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be with time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. No way you can be is the way you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. And the love of a good woman and a good dog from 11th Hour Rescue. Carry on, you guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you adopt out a bunch of dogs, make a lot of money. We love you all. And I think I'm going to cut another little video after this one, and you may see me again. So there you go. Alan, Mary, signing off. Say goodbye, Mary.
So long, everybody. Love and miss you all.
All right.
Virtual Puptoberfest is back. Terry Carr here, getting ready to continue our live WDHA broadcast. Of course, Rosie's got to get in on the action. You know, Raj, it's so funny because we've both been, for such a long time, trying to dispel myths about shelter dogs. People always think there's something wrong with them, or they're this, or they're that. You can find any dog you want in a shelter. You brought me some incredible puppies that we were looking at, and they're part of the Virtual Puptoberfest Day. You can find puppies, you can find large dogs, you can find older dogs, you can find, you know, whatever you want in your local shelter. Rosie is a little dog. She's very fluffy, and, you know, people say, you found her in a shelter. Shelter dogs, there's no box for them. They check off all the boxes. You guys have quite a few dogs at 11th Hour Rescue. How many dogs would you say you have in your kennel space?
You know, at the kennel itself right now, because of COVID, we were successfully able to take a lot of the dogs and farm them out to our extensive foster program. So that really helped reduce the need to have extra staff at the kennel,
yes,
which meant we could easily socially distance better, you know, but wearing masks and stuff and keeping our distances. So that's really helped our staff keep separation by having fewer dogs physically at the kennel. Our total number of dogs that we handle, though, is still in the hundreds, and cats too. Our cat program has done very well. And interestingly enough, from the beginning of March to now, we have adopted out about 1,200 dogs and cats just in that time period of COVID. Interestingly enough, I looked at the numbers compared to last year, this year, and we're just slightly ahead of last year. So the general public has really embraced the idea of adopting, and that's been a tremendous benefit for us. So although we have fewer dogs at the kennel, we've got an expanded foster program. We've also worked with our shelter partners around the country and strategically planned more so than ever how transports come to us, when the dogs arrive, what we do with them once they do arrive, and get them ready for an adoption fast in a very controlled environment. We've regulated a lot of our adoption center processes now for social distancing. Masks are required. Everything online ahead of time is required. We cover as much as we can before the people walk in the door to meet that dog or cat, and make sure everything's as smooth as possible to minimize the actual people contact. It's been a crazy year, of course, but it's a year of learning and a year of adapting, and it gives you an opportunity. Change always means opportunity. It gives you an opportunity to step back, look at what you do, how can we do it differently, and how can we do it better? And we've had a lot of really good success during this COVID time period. So our organization has really stepped up, and the general public has stepped up to help us as well. It's been terrific.
Yeah, I always say obstacles become opportunity. You turn them into opportunity. You know, you touched upon something that I think is really important too. If people think that they would be a suitable foster family for a dog. Some people don't even want to make that full-time commitment, and they really just like to be a foster family. How can people get involved? Is there information on ehrdogs.org on how people can become an 11th hour rescue foster? Because the more fosters you have, the more dogs you guys can save.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Terry, yes, everything is on the website, ehrdogs.org, all about our foster program. You know, we run on three things, really. We run on adoptions, and thank goodness the adoptions are still going on. We run on adoptions, we run on volunteers, and then we run on donations. So if you can adopt, adopt. If you can't adopt, can you be a volunteer? And if you can't be a volunteer, could you donate? Because any one of those parts or all of those parts is the fuel that really keeps us running day in and day out.
Now, Raj, from donations that we get today, what is going to be the main goal for you guys? Is it vetting? Is it keeping the facility going? What is the main goal for you guys with the fundraising that we're going to be doing virtually today?
Yeah, so, a couple of things that are really in here. One is vetting, of course. We spend a tremendous amount of money every year on vetting, and specifically spay and neuters, which is just a routine part of what every rescue needs to do, is get the dogs and cats spayed and neutered before they get adopted, or follow up on them right after adoption. We spend about $100,000 a year, $100,000 a year just on spay and neuter. And that's one of our biggest expenses in our vetting scenario. We do a lot of vetting for surgeries and regular routine care, rabies shots, health visits, of course. But our biggest single line item in our vetting is the spay and neuter cost. And we get great discounts from our very friendly partner vets that we deal with, and very much appreciated from all those discounts. But we're still spending $100,000 a year to spay and neuter the pets as they come through our organization.
That is an amazing amount of money. As you can hear, by the way, at Casa de Car, the dogs are going crazy here. So pardon the barking, although I know you're used to it.
Yeah, it's a big number. And, I love the sound of barking. It's like babies crying.
Well, you do really well, in the Carr household. Well, my two girls are with me today, and what is Rosie? Yeah, anything Rosie sees or hears, she's a little bit of a maniac. I want to talk too about such a.
I was going to say, one of my previous fosters, Maggie, who you met at some point in the past, she was the sheriff of the street. Boy, nobody could pass that street without her announcing that something's happening outside, Dad. You better go take a look.
I want to talk about a lady who's very, very important too, and that's the one and only Linda Schiller. Linda is an extraordinary person. Every year when I get to see her at Puptoberfest, it's such a treat. Talk to me a little bit about Linda. She's the founder of the organization, and just her commitment over the years.
Well, let me just tell you a couple things, because I think it all kind of plays together. One of them is, it's her compassion. And her compassion for the animals is so strong. It's been our driving force since its inception. She's the founder. She pulled this together right from the start. And to give you just a little piece of the background of how she started, her job was in an urban environment, and stray dogs would wander around the streets, and she would look at them and see them starving and, not having any food or fresh water. They're drinking out of oily puddles in the street, right? So she took it upon herself to, go outside at lunchtime and share her lunch with these stray dogs. And over time, she friended them and was able to bring them home and actually got them adopted. So that was her start. And as people heard that story of her doing this with strays, she got contacted and was told, there's a lot of dogs and cats that are in these kill shelters around the country. And, they don't have an opportunity. They don't get adopted very quickly. Rescues have to come in and help. So Linda, okay, listen, yeah, and she heard about one particular shelter down south. She contacted them and said, what's it take to pull a dog and, get it brought up to New Jersey and adopt it out? And the shelter center said, well, you have to have a license. You have to be a licensed rescue in order to do that. Well, how do I get a license? And there's a whole bunch of conversations that go back and forth. Ultimately, she's able to borrow a license from a local rescue down in the area where these dogs were. And she calls the shelter back and says, okay, I'm ready. I have a license. And the shelter manager says, okay, fine. Which dog do you want? And Linda's response was, I'll take them all. And that day, the shelter got to celebrate with a famous quote for us that says, today, nobody dies today. And the shelter people were all happy and, ecstatic that someone cared enough about their animals from compassion to take them all, bring them up to New Jersey, get them all homes. We've maintained those relationships with shelters like that throughout the country through our entire time. It's a problem of overcrowding that causes these high kill shelters to have to euthanize dogs and cats based upon that overcrowding. And we're just one of the many rescues that come into shelters, help alleviate that overcrowding population, able to get dogs and cats to a place where adoptions are plentiful, like here in New Jersey. And through our extensive adoption services, we find those perfect loving homes for those dogs and cats. And I'll tell you, we're happy to a pretty business, but it's this passion that has drawn us through continually every step of the way and helps us complete our mission day in and day out. So we always love that compassion that drives us forward.
And Linda Schiller, we salute you. Oh my gosh, what an incredible, incredible story, Roger.
Now,
Just
I gotta
incredible.
I got to throw in one more thing, Terry. As
Sure.
you know, Linda is currently facing a chronic medical condition. And, we hope her mission can continue. We hope her involvement is still strong. She's still got a great spark in her voice. Every time I talk to her, it's great. And she's still involved in the rescue organization as it is. We have some video that we're presenting during our virtual Poptoberfest of a recording of Linda. And, you can hear in her voice that compassion. And it's still there. And it's still what drives us forward, to this day.
She is a special lady for sure. Roger, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Whopper's 4 years old. He's a Mastiff mix. And we started fostering him almost a year ago now. He came up to 11th hour when he was 9 months old. He was adopted and then returned the next day because he had seizures. And then he spent the next 2.5 years living over in the kennel. He's got bad knees, and he had surgery on his right knee, and then he had surgery on his left knee, but it had to be redone. And they 11th hour didn't want to do it unless he was able to go into foster because the recovery would be much better in a foster home than it would be in the kennel. And so he had the surgery. We had him for about a month, and he had the surgery. And it was infected. And at one point in time, they were actually talking about amputating his leg. And you can imagine on a 91-pound dog, that would be kind of tough if all of a sudden they had to amputate his leg. So the vet recommended, let's treat the infection. And if the infection clears up, let's go in and do a different type of surgery, which is what they did. And so he had that surgery back in January. And then it was around a 16-week recovery. And at the time, the vet said, no running, no jumping, no climbing, no furniture. And so you can imagine for a dog what that means for 16 weeks. So for 16 weeks, whenever he wasn't in the crate recovering and taking it easy, he was on that lead that you see him on right now for 16 weeks, just to make sure he wasn't going to do anything to damage or compromise the surgery. So he came through that. And you can see he's walking around really good at this point in time. And he's actually able to start running and playing like a dog really should be able to run and play. And so he's really settled in, quite nicely. And I think he's really getting used to, being a dog again, as opposed to having all these challenges. He still has seizures, so he still is on medication, twice a day in order to help control the seizures. But in the time that we've been fostering him, he's had no seizures. So the medication clearly is working with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? I am Danny Wilson from the band Asking Alexandria, here to welcome you to the virtual Puptoberfest with WDHA and everyone at 11th Hour Rescue. Thank you all for your support. Keep supporting these puppies. They need homes. They need love. They need love. Cowboy, come tell them. Come here. You know that all. Come on. Come here. Come here. Hey, no, up here. Come here. Yeah, tell him. You gotta tell him. It's true. It's true. Thor, use all. Come on, up here. They're telling you. They're telling you. They need love and support. Don't you? Your brethren, they need love and support. Now get out of here. I gotta play a song for these good people. Hope everyone's having a good day. We are over here. Boy of anguish now, he's a man of soul. Traded in his misery for the lonely life of the road. The years are cruel to him, no, he won't let them go. Lays away trying to find the man inside to pack his bags, escape this world. I've never been so torn up in all of my life. I should have seen this coming. I've never felt so hopeless that I do tonight. I don't wanna do this anymore. You wanted to change the world, make it all worthwhile. So he put his pen to paper and pull out everything inside. His red eyes sipping up the man that he became. Slowly but surely on the fast track to falling into his grave. Yeah, I've never been so torn up in all of my life. I should have seen this coming. I've never felt so hopeless that I do tonight. I don't wanna do this anymore. I can't believe I've come so far in such short time. I'm still fighting on my own. If I stop to catch my breath, I might never be again. So just know this, I've never been so torn up in all of my life. I can't believe I let myself break down. Oh, I've never been so torn up in all of my life. I should have seen this coming. I never felt so hopeless that I do tonight. I don't wanna do this anymore. A boy of anguish now, he's a man of soul. Traded in his misery for the lonely life of the road. Yeah, have a good day.
This is Huck. Huck is 3 years old and he's been with us for 2 years now. Huck needs someone who is home most of the time, if not all the time. He has severe separation anxiety because he absolutely loves people. You could literally do whatever you want to him and he does not care. Huck doesn't need to be the only dog in the home. Huck's 2-year anniversary of being at the kennel just came up. Poor boy. He's been adopted 3 times, but none of them worked out. Oh, yep. And we don't know why, because he's a big love bug. Come here, buddy.
So we're at virtual Puptoberfest, and I thought it would be really nice to talk to Tiffany because you have a great adopted dog. She's amazing.
She's pretty awesome.
I almost tried to get her adopted from you because I was like, how is this dog available? And Tiffany's like, no, get away from my dog, Terry. This dog is mine and she's already adopted. Tell me how you met her, how she came into your life, and she's just got such a great, magical little personality.
Well, so this is Chloe.
Hi,
She's
Chloe.
originally from Georgia. She's my husband and my first dog that we've ever had. We
Wow.
couldn't have asked for a better dog. She's amazing. She had come from Georgia, was left out on someone's balcony. So the scar down her back, right where you're petting,
Oh, yeah.
that's from being out on the balcony in the sun. She actually got a burn down her
Oh,
back.
this poor baby.
You would never know it. She's so friendly.
She's
She
the
loves
happiest
people.
dog. She's so happy.
And she had been returned to a shelter for being untrainable. But look at her, she's perfect.
Untrainable. Now we're here, you know, there's a lot going on at the WDHA parking lot, you know, for virtual Puptoberfest. We have other dogs here. She is A+++, and just relaxing, enjoying a little shade under Vanzilla 2.0. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. Now, what has she brought to your life? I mean, what does a shelter dog bring to your life?
So much. There's something to be said about you come home and there's this little furry soul that meets you at the door and is just so excited that you're home to see her. We sleep with her. She follows us around everywhere. I mean, she's our baby. She's our everything.
Chloe hit the jackpot, and you guys hit the jackpot
No,
too.
we hit the jackpot.
I love it. I love it. What a great story. These are the kinds of stories that you will hear from people who have adopted dogs from 11th Hour Rescue, ehrdogs.org. If you would like to make a donation so we can keep this great work going and get amazing dogs like Chloe home and keep people like Tiffany, who are amazing also, really, really happy to have awesome new family members. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Chloe. You going in the station? Enjoy. Do my show for me, please.
Dallas was originally from Pipe Creek, Texas. He was rescued from a hoarding situation. There are around 80 dogs on the property. Dallas was one of the dogs that was allowed to be left behind, and when authorities went back to do a check, they had found out that the owner had taken a shovel and hit him in the head as a puppy. He has severe brain damage for certain things. His teeth are cracked, his nose and his skull has been fractured, that's why he has a bulging eye. But in spite of all of that, he was able to come to transport and come up to New Jersey and get rescued. I fell in love with him right away. I knew that he was my dog from the second I saw him, and that's kind of his background.
So apparently Jack was thrown out of a truck, and a Good Samaritan saw him get thrown out of a truck in Georgia, and he was emaciated, and she picked him up and brought him to a vet there. And he, weighed probably about 30 pounds less than he is today. And they treated him there in the ICU for about a week, and then I think one of the partner places down in Georgia treated him. They sent him up here. So that's his story. They think he was chained outside. My vets found out that he has a broken back leg that was never set. We've seen other trauma on his body with his paws and his tail and that kind of thing. So, but he's, the sweetest soul ever. He really is a great dog. So very pampered too. I will say that too. He's very pampered. He has his own, was it LL Bean, or he has an LL Bean bed. He has a snowflake collar at home. He traveled with us to Vermont a couple weeks ago, and we finally got him in Lake Champlain. So swimming around, we found out he loves the water. And he's a full black lab too, American black lab. I had him DNA tested. So just a great, loves his family, loves his pack. Yeah.
All right, hey everybody, it's us, the Frantics. We're back again for another little video clip here in support of 11th Hour Rescue's virtual Puptoberfest. And here's Mary.
Hello again, everybody. Here I am with Sarah again. I just want to remind everyone to please be generous. It's a very difficult time for nonprofits right now due to what's been happening this year. And 11th Hour Rescue, just as always, needs as much support as you can. If you can't make a monetary donation, perhaps you can volunteer, perhaps you can foster or adopt a dog. But whatever you can do, please get involved. It's just such a great organization, and they've brought so many great animals that were in their 11th hour into great homes, and now they're just living the life like Miss Sarah is down here in Delaware. And we can't thank them enough for bringing her into our life, because she's really been an amazing dog for us to have. So be sure to follow the links to make all of your donations this weekend. And Again, 11th Hour Rescue, thank you. And we're really happy that you were able to pull together a virtual event so that we could join you today. And now, Mr. Al Frantic again.
Hey, I'm back. So Mary said maybe I should tell a little bit of the story about how we came to get Sarah. We met the wonderful Terry Carr and the WDHA crew through 11th Hour Rescue, one of the very first ones we did, and we've been doing it for 10 years. And we became very good friends, and they're just super people, and nobody will deny how much Terry has advocated for homeless dogs and dogs in need of rescue. And that's the same thing, right? But anyway, Sarah, the WDHA invited us to a gala dinner that they were holding, and it was also partially a dog event. And I'd been telling Mary that I wanted to get a little dog. I've never had a little dog. We've always had great big dogs, and for the last like 20 years, we've kept greyhounds, including some really, really big greyhounds that were extraordinarily large as greyhounds go. And anyway, so we went to the dinner. And we were there a while. There were adoptable dogs walking about, but after a while, I saw these two little Chihuahua-type dogs coming through together in the door. And I said to Mary, immediately, I spotted Sarah. I said, I want to go beat that one. And I jumped out of my seat. I ran over there. I knelt down, and the two of them were awesome, really. I probably should have taken both of them. But I fell in love with Sarah, and I told Terry Carr that I think Mary and I want to adopt Sarah. She said, really? 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 I said, yeah, absolutely. So we went on, we're eating our dinner, and here comes Terry Carr with Sarah, and she just handed Sarah to me and said, here, take her home. And that was it. And Sarah, like Mary said, Sarah is just the awesomest dog. She is really something else. So, all right, I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm going to give you one more song. And once again, wishing nothing but success to 11th Hour Rescue and continue with their mission. And I hope, like Mary said, I hope you make a lot of money. I hope you adopt out some dogs. I hope, I hope it works just as well or even better than your live events that we used to attend. So here's a song. I'm going to play this song that I think it's been maligned by its use recently, but it's still a great song. And I like it for different reasons than other people seem to like it. But and I'm only going to do 3 of the 7 verses. And it goes like this. Heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Well, she tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, you say I took the name in vain. Well, I don't even know the name. But if I did, then really what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
One more verse.
Well, baby, I've been here before. I know this room and I walk this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. Well, I've seen your flag on the Marble Arch, and love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
There you go, 4 verses of hallelujah. Anyway, one more time. Good luck, everybody. Have a great day. Mary, you got anything left to say there?
Just once again, congratulations, 11th Hour Rescue, for all of the great work that you've done. To all our friends, I would name you by name, but it'll take a long time and I'll probably forget some of you. WDHA and gang, we miss you guys too, and thank you for all that you do to rescue these beautiful creatures. Thank you.
This is Ruby. She's the newest one in our pack. We just got her a couple weeks ago. She is 10 years old. She was rescued from the south. Unfortunately, sometimes they're seen as hunting tools instead of pets down there. So her owner was just going to basically take her out back and shoot her. Not exactly sure how our rescue got a hold of her, but we did, and I'm so glad. And I knew the moment I saw her rescue picture that I was gonna foster fail her. So even though I was supposed to just foster her, she just belonged in our house, and so now she's here.
So our day is rocking on. It's virtual Puptoberfest. Terry Carr and Roger Kaiser from 11th Hour Rescue. Broadcast has been going great. People requesting great tunes for the dogs, and our video pieces are rolling. I have something for you, Raj, so I got to give it to you. Because when we ran our best shelter in New Jersey, and the virtual check may look a little weird with my Puptoberfest background, but when we ran our best shelter in New Jersey contest, you guys were the big winners here. Where's my virtual check? Hang on. You guys were the big winners. So you probably can't see it. It's sort of fading into the background, but we've got our big virtual check for $1,000 that's going out to 11th Hour Rescue. So
That's
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And thank you for running the contest, especially to the industry group as well. So that was very generous of them.
And you know what? We have so many awesome shelter organizations. What I love about you guys, all of you guys, is all of our shelter groups are able to work together. So when we run your favorite shelter group in the state of New Jersey, everybody's sharing, but you're all great. Every shelter group is great. It was our opportunity to just, throw some extra bucks to somebody. But I love how the shelter community all really works together. And I love how also you guys support locally. Normally at Puptoberfest, it's one of my favorite. I don't know what I'm going to do this year because it's where I do all of my Christmas shopping. I always take an hour. There are just hundreds and hundreds of vendors, and I just go through and I'm like, this, because you guys have everybody at Puptoberfest. So talk to me a little bit about some of the vendor people that you have involved this year and how people can still see these great local vendors that you guys showcase every year.
Sure, thanks, Terry. And we really miss having the vendors on site. I mean, we get about 100 vendors, some delicious food from the food trucks as well. So we can't do that physical event, of course, but we have a lot of the vendors sponsoring videos online. So if you watch our video as it goes and our presentation as it goes, you can see the various vendors who have sponsored various recorded clips that we are playing during the event. And so please, it'd be great to shop those vendors and participate in their events as well. So, and going back to the local rescues, sure, there's a lot of mutual respect amongst the rescues here in New Jersey, and we're always willing to work together with them on any task that comes up. the goal is to save lives, and that's what
Everybody has the same goal, and I just absolutely love it. I want to talk about our broadcast sponsors too. I you know, have my Tito's. I can't help it. I always I'm having a little Tito's, you know, for virtual Puptoberfest today. Tito's handmade vodka for dog people. Our friends at Nissan of Stanhope, they were with us last year too. And our good friends at Barks Bed and Biscuit in Denville, who are really nice to the pet parents and give us a place to be able to take our pets, and they're local and they do great work at Barks Bed and Biscuit as well. And we've got so many great animals up for adoption. And Raj, you guys have put together some really cool pieces so people can actually, you know, check some of the videos of these dogs out.
That's right. We've included not only some of the cute puppies, because everybody always loves the cute puppies, but we also included some videos of our long-term dogs as well. And you know, these are dogs that need that special adopting family to come along. And so we've profiled a few of those as well. You met Riley at the station just the other day.
Riley is fantastic. Riley is so great. Chill.
We just got to get that right home. Just got to look at the right perfect home for him.
Yep, there's a lid for every doggy pot out there, as we like to say. So you can check out some great videos. We have Riley featured in a video too. EHRdogs.org, WDHAFM.com, and on both of the radio stations' social media sites. Also, you know, you've always been involved with us. We've been doing Rock and Rough with you and Puptoberfest for, like I said, this would have been my 11th Puptoberfest. Wow, 11 Puptoberfests, and you guys have been doing them longer. And the rock community is always very generous if we need anything to sort of step up and step in and say, yeah, if we're in town, we'll pop by Puptoberfest, or we'll give you guys this to, you know, give away or do, or, you know, we've got some performances today. What has the rock meets rescue, you know, mantra meant to you? You know, you've been at a lot of our events at different places where we've had rockers and artists.
You've gotten some great talent, and you know, I enjoy all the shows, whether it's a full band show or just acoustical. You know, it's all been great performances and really good talent. It's very enjoyable. Music's such a big part of everyone's lives. Our dogs love music, you know, so it just kind of blends itself in really well. And I'll tell you, you've lined up some great talent, and it is amazing how generous they all are in giving their time and their comments and their love, and it's really been appreciated by everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's so nice to see when you just see artists that are like, oh, sound check? We don't need to do sound check. We'd rather kiss a whole bunch of dogs from 11th Hour Rescue. Like, that always makes me feel really, really good. So Puptoberfest looking different this year, of course. It's WDHA and 11th Hour Rescue's virtual Puptoberfest. We're always happy to be a media partner. You know, this is your event, but you always allow us to be a media partner. So we're really, really grateful to be able to be involved in the event. Definitely a little different this year, but still the same mission. You can donate now at ehrdogs.org.